Things Can Only Get Worse? 20 Confusing Years in the Life of a Labour Supporter by John O'Farrell. Read by John O'Farrell. Quite left-wing. General election 1st of May 1997. I was walking my dog down by the river in Oxfordshire not so long ago, and a well-spoken old man stopped me. "I recognise you. You're that writer chappie." Yes, I am a writer, yes." "O'Farrell," he declared, sounding like one of my teachers at school. "That's right." "Yes, but what O'Farrell? What's your first name?" "Oh, it's John." "John O'Farrell," he said to himself, finally satisfied. "That's right. Very left-wing." I told this to my family when I got home, and they fell about laughing. "You? Very left-wing?" mocked my grown-up kids. "Well, I'm quite left-wing," I said, feeling a bit hurt. "I mean, Labour Party and all that." "Exactly, you're so moderate." And my wife and kids laughed some more as they repeated the phrase "very left-wing" to each other for their continued amusement. I tried to think of an example of a political stand I had recently taken to reassert my radical credentials. I boycotted the Free Waitrose magazine when it started having a column by Pippa Middleton. No, they still weren't convinced. What was revealing about this was that I cared. I liked the idea that I might be considered very left-wing. It's cool to be left-wing. It's not cool to appear moderate or ready to compromise. Any way you look at it, Che Guevara makes for a better student poster than David Miliband. Attending a school governor's meeting is less thrilling than putting on a vendetta mask and smashing the windows of Fortnum and Mason. Personally, I think it's pointless looting their windows. All their best stuff is way back inside the shop, sort of on the right as you pass the preserves. It's so simple to be against authority. It's so much harder to represent authority yourself. And so, when Labour at last came to power after 18 miserable years, people like me suddenly found themselves feeling confused and disorientated. We were hardwired for opposition. I'd been in political prison too long. I couldn't cope with all this freedom and responsibility. I hankered for the easy certainties back inside. So even back in May 1997, I knew I was going to find it hard. But Tony, you didn't have to make it quite that hard. After Labour's landslide victory, I bought the BBC video of election night so I could enjoy that euphoric evening over and over again. And 19 years on, I found that I still had it. The only VHS I never gave to the charity shop. There it is in a box in my loft, a film of dust over the new Labour leader as he waved to me on our greatest night. I have to rig up an old video player to watch it again. The very format emphasising that this is politics from another age. Looking at that recording of our honeymoon, Tony, now, I try not to feel too much anger, too much bitterness. I just try to remember how happy we were together back then. We had the world at our feet. It seemed like there was nothing we couldn't do. I was so giddy with the excitement of it all, I never stopped to think that it was obvious it would end up leaving me so conflicted. Sticking to the Conservative spending plans for 2 years. That should have been a clue. Why did I just let that pass, I ask myself now. How come you even had those spending plans in your jacket pocket? Who gave them to you? Who'd you been talking to? You were supposed to delete all those phone numbers from your mobile the day we got hitched. Rupert, Silvio, Cliff. I thought you were through mixing with those guys. This was about us now. This was supposed to be a new start. Did you ever stop to think about the compromises I made? It wasn't easy for me, you know. I took your name, though New Labour never sat easily with me. Waving plastic union flags was not really my thing either. And then when you said you wanted us to do it the third way, I was shocked. I was embarrassed. I felt used, Tony. I leafleted for you. I canvassed for you. And now you are over there in America with Rupert, and here I am, right back where I was in the mid-1980s, Labour in opposition, and another pile of undelivered leaflets in my hallway. When New Labour came to power, I was in my mid-30s, married with 2 small children in a semi-detached house in the London borough of Lambeth. Once described as loony lefty, but now reformed and sensible, Lambeth and I were a good fit. I had grudgingly accepted the changes Tony Blair had made to the Labour Party, after so many political defeats and my growing realisation that we were not going to get the Tories out.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?